Hey, what is up everybody? Michael Crump back here again, and today I'm going to be talking about etaHEN because there was just a brand new update that came out right at 1 hour ago, and that is for etaHEN version 2.4b. Now, as this has been in beta testing, I have already played with it, so I already am ready to share with you my findings. So we will give full demos on all of the new features, but let's just go ahead and jump straight into the changelog. Now, the first thing that it states here is that they updated to support the latest PS5 payload SDK. Also, they fixed etaHEN and cheat support for 8.40 all the way up through 10.01. There is now a new game overlay menu that will show CPU, GPU temp and utilization, as well as a new Kstuff menu. So we're going to be exploring both of these menus in this episode for options like downloading the latest Kstuff from GitHub, turning off Kstuff auto load, and more. There is a brand new custom background package installer. So now you can install PKGs from other directories outside of just maybe the USB drive, so like an internal storage. The direct package installer v2 can now download local files, so there is an example on how to do that. Cheats support was added. The fix from the flow to improve PS4 PKG speeds has been added in here, and that the game decryptor has now been updated for the items flow dumper. So you definitely want to grab the latest items flow version with this. A few other minor fixes down here in the bottom, and now you can just go ahead and grab this directly from the GitHub right here by going ahead and clicking on it. And then once downloaded, what we need to do is we need to copy that over to our USB drive. Now, this is for those of you that are using the Y2JB. So we have a PS5 autoloader folder. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the old file here, which was etahen.elf, and I'm just going to add a .bak, and we're going to go ahead and rename the new file to etahen.elf, and then press return. And so now that is for the 2.4b version. Now, if we go ahead and open up the autoload.txt file, you'll see that the only thing that it has in there is just the etahen.elf file, which is located right there. Okay, so back over on my PlayStation 5, in this instance, I am using my 9.60 machine, and I'm going to come over here to media, and I'm going to just use the YouTube application. And again, I've shown you how to set this up from scratch before, and so here we'll just go ahead and let this finish. And since we are using the auto loader, we will automatically get that etaHEN, as you can see it being picked up from the USB drive, loaded here in just 1 second. So there it is. We've got etaHEN 2.4b by Lightning Mods. But now if we go ahead and we go over to debug settings, and I'm just using a shortcut for it here. Obviously you can come over here to settings and then scroll all the way down, and right there it is. You have got the etaHEN Toolbox. And before we jump into this, let's just go ahead and scroll back up here and go to System, System Software, and then Console Information. And right there, it does show etaHEN Beta 2.4. And again, this is on a 9.60 PlayStation 5. So the package installer is exactly as it already has been, but there has been an update over here to Custom Background Package Installer. So go ahead and press X on this. And so what you'll see here is that you can now install PKGs on things other than the USB drive. So in this instance, it's pointing towards data/etaHEN/PKGS. So if you were to copy a couple of PKGs there, so we can fix this up pretty easily. Let's just go ahead and go back to our main menu here, and let's launch into PS5 Explorer. And you can see right there is the data folder. And then we have etaHEN, and so the PKGS folder is missing here. So we could use the triangle button here and create a new folder. And we'll just give this the name of PKGS because that is what it's specified. And now if we go inside of this folder, let's add a couple of PKGs in here. So I've just dropped 4 of them in here, and we go to Custom Background Package Installer. Now you'll see we can install these other PKGs that was just loaded in the /data/etaHEN/PKGS. Now if you want to store them in another place, then you can do so by clicking on the custom PKG search path. Anyways, that is a very cool feature that was added, and maybe great use case for this would be some of the utility applications that we know we always want to be installed. So anyways, that is a really nice little addition that you can now run PKGs from another place outside of the USB drive. Now, one thing just to note with this is that you do have to turn on the direct package installer v2 if you have a 550 plus machine for that. So you simply would do that by coming down here to services and then going down to direct package installer v2 and then just turning that on with an X. Now coming back out of services, if we go into settings right here, you will see that there is this menu option that's been added, and it is called Game Overlay Menu. So if you press X on this, then right now you can go ahead and add a game overlay, and you can position it in a variety of different places. So the top left, top right, bottom left, and so on. And you can turn on things like the GPU selection as well as the CPU. You can also turn on show all CPU core usage, and then there is an option to toggle on the RAM, the IP address, as well as Kstuff is disabled warning overlay. So we'll just go ahead and turn all of those on. And now let's go into a homebrew application. Okay, so up there at the very top, now you can see it maybe a little bit more clear. Now do keep in mind, this is just the current version that is being released. There is a frames per second that's also coming in the next major release. So anyways, it's really nice to kind of get a teaser of what this looks like today, and I can't wait for the next version. Okay, so if we come back out of that menu, there is also a brand new menu here, and this one is called the Kstuff menu. And so inside of here, you can obviously come in here and do things like pause Kstuff. Right now you can see that it is not paused. You can also replace Kstuff with the latest Kstuff from GitHub. Now this right here is absolutely amazing, because one of the big things that folks have had trouble with is keeping up with the latest version of Kstuff. So now you can just go ahead and download this, and it says that it will replace the one Goldhen auto loads on startup. Okay, so let's give this a shot here with the X button. And it says attempting to download the latest. Successfully downloaded the kstuff.elf. Excellent. So it just handles it all for you. That is really amazing and fun stuff. Now, if you don't want to use that, you can go back to the etaHEN's built-in Kstuff with this option right here. And then finally, there is a switch here that allows you to auto-load Kstuff on etaHEN startup, and that one is checked by default. Now, while we're in here, this isn't a brand new option, but I definitely would recommend that you go ahead and turn on the display title ID on the home menu. That is an option that is very nice because, again, up there at the top, now you can see what the title ID is. And this is great, especially with some of the issues that we faced in the past, like with these Lua games, determining which version was what. We could just check that little number up there in the top. Okay, and for the most part, that is going to do it for this one. I I want to thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Michael, out.